What's up everybody, this is Investing Sensei here to bring you another video on the series of how many shares do you need of a certain company to make $1,000 every single month, $100 every single month, and even $100 every single week. So we'll do all the calculations there, and it'll be very exciting to see. But in this pick, we're actually doing Chevron. So Chevron, we'll go over into the details briefly. We'll briefly go over what they do, and then we'll jump into the calculations. I'll show you guys the dividend information, and then we'll wrap it up with the yield on cost. But the first one I do want to mention real quick is, here's the list that you guys have given me so far. Be sure to, if you guys want to see another company on the playlist, let me know so that I can eventually get to that and I will make a video for it. So definitely let me know in the comment section. And while you're down there, be sure that you're subscribed with that bell notification if you have not done so. We're trying to hit 6,000 subscribers is one of our 2022 goals for my channel, so help out the channel with that, and drop a big thumbs up on the video to help out the channel. That is all I ask in return. But let's go ahead and get started, guys. So what is Chevron? So Chevron is an American multinational energy corporation, one of the successor companies of Standard Oils. It is headquartered in San Ramon, California, and active in more than 180 countries, guys. And then CEO is Michael. It was also founded in September 10th, 1879 in California. And then employees, they have about 42,000, almost 43,000 employees. So it's quite a large company, and you guys probably have seen the gas stations there. But let's look at some of the information here. So we're at Seeking Alpha. You'll see its ticker symbol is CVX. So it's Chevron Corporation. It's currently trading about $156.24. And then if we look at some of this information, 52-week range, it's gone all the way to a low of $92.86, all the way to a high of $174.76. EPS is 15.54, PE 10.05, dividend rate $5.68, so that's how much they pay every year. Per share, yield on cost, which we'll cover all this. Market cap is a $308.45 billion company. So let's go ahead and look at the dividend summary, guys. So we're right here, dividend scorecard. We'll scroll down, and then you'll see the dividend summary. So dividend yield is 3.64%, which is actually fairly well. It's actually a really good dividend yield. Typically a dividend company, you want 2 to 3%, depending on your time horizon. A lot of my companies and my dividend growth portfolio are actually from the 1 to 2%. They're actually in the lower range, and the reason is because a lot of the companies that I have are the 5-year CAGR, are double-digit growth rates. So since I have a really long time horizon, those will compound very, very nicely in the coming years. But annual payout, guys, is $5.68. So that means that for every share that you have, they will pay you $5.68 for the year. Payout ratio is 65.3%, 31%, which means that this is how much they actually pay out, and typically how much they have room to increase the dividend. So typically you want something below 60, 50. A lot of my companies are closer to the 30s, 40s, and so that means they have plenty of room to grow that dividend in the coming years. 5-year CAGR, so this is how much they've raised their dividend every single year for the past 5 years. So it's been about 4.82%. So that's kind of quite low, and definitely below inflation at the current rates that we do have. But hopefully they increase this over time, but we will see. Dividend growth, it shows 6 years. I'm not very familiar. I think they've been paying out further than that, but correct me in the comment section. Let me know. I'm not sure if sometimes Seeking Alpha has this information incorrect on the dividend growth side. I've seen a couple of other companies that they've done that on. But let's go ahead and get started, guys. So I'm gonna pull up the calculator real quick, and we will go ahead and get started. So first one we're gonna actually calculate is, hey, how much do you need to own of Chevron, or how much do you have to be invested to make $1,000 a month? Imagine that, guys. That would be very, very awesome, making $1,000 every single month. That would pay quite a bit of bills. But to do that, we're gonna have to calculate we're gonna figure out how much we have to make a year. So $1,000 is what we want to make. There's 12 months in a year, so we're gonna multiply that. So that means that for the full year we need to make $12,000. After we have $12,000, we need to look at this annual payout, which is $5.68 is what they pay out per share for the year. So we're actually gonna divide that. So $5.68. What this is going to do is going to give us the total number of shares that we actually need. So we're going to have to own 12,112 shares for Chevron to make about $1,000 every single month roughly. And then we're going to go up here, and then we're actually going to multiply that times the price, and that should give us the number of, or how much we need to have invested. So we need to have about $330,000, guys. That's quite a bit of money. That is why I have a super long-term time horizon, because a lot of the companies, I'm not invested in this company, so I don't have any energy stocks. But a lot of my other companies, I'm invested in these, and they eventually will start compounding. I keep reinvesting the dividends. I keep adding more to these companies. The dividend growth continues. And so eventually I will get to a point where I have a lot of allocation in this. And so I can't wait to see that grow, you know. And I'm hearing a bird or something outside, so hopefully you guys can't hear it in the video. Yeah, that is how much you need to own. It's quite a bit. One quick way that you can calculate this without having to go through all that, you would actually divide the 12,000 that you want to make a year, and you basically just divide it by the dividend yield. So you would say 0.0364, and that would roughly give you about 329,000. So you get kind of like a rough estimate on that, fairly quick, easy to follow. The next one, guys, that we actually are going to do is, hey, how much do you actually need to have in Chevron to make $100 every single month? I think that's a more achievable goal, because it does require less capital. It's still a little bit more capital intensive. Remember, guys, dividends don't pay a lot, especially when it's like 2 to 3%. If you actually have stocks that have a way higher dividend yield, it's probably a dividend trap, and they're most likely going to cut it, or something's going to go on with that. But the only way that you could have a really high dividend yield is if you've been investing for multiple years, you've been getting dividend increases, and that is typically a healthy high dividend yield. So but anyways, let's go ahead and get started. Let's find out how much you need to make to actually make $100 every single month. And actually what you could do is you could actually divide the total amount that we had. It was like 330,000, right? You just divide that by 10, since we're basically trying to make $100 instead of 1,000, and it's going to be roughly around 33,000. But let's do the calculations just for fun. So we want to make $100 every single month. There's 12 months in a year, so $1,200. And then we're actually going to divide this by the $5.68. So that should give us the number of shares we need, so about 211 shares. And then we come up here, multiply that times 156.24. So about 33,000. So you guys saw the math there. The other way you could quickly calculate this is 1,200 for the year divided by the dividend yield, and roughly gives you about 32,000, almost 33,000. So that's how much you have to have invested in Chevron to make about $100 a month. I think this one's a more achievable goal. I'm definitely not invested in energy. I don't plan to. And so yeah, last one that we do want to go over is how much do you need to make, or how much do you have to own to make $100 every single week. That would be pretty awesome, guys. But $100 times, there's 52 weeks in a year, so you're gonna multiply that. So we would need to roughly make about $5,200 every year, and so we can divide this by the annual payout. So that should give us the number of shares we need to own, and that's gonna typically be about half of what we calculated for the $1,000 every single month. But we roughly need to have about 915 shares. We're gonna come up here, multiply that times the share price, and that's about roughly $143,000. Quite a bit of money, but a lot less than the first calculation where you make $1,000 every single month. And then a quick way to calculate this again, guys, is you can do the 5,200 divided by the dividend yield, which is this one right here. So 0.0364, and so about roughly 143,000. And so yeah guys, that is the calculations for Chevron, guys. So it's pretty awesome. Last thing we do want to jump over is the yield on cost. So this is basically just tells you when the best percentage, or when the best time was where you would get the best dividend yield for this company. So before we jump over there, be sure that you're subscribed with that notification if you have not done so already, and go ahead and drop a big thumbs up on the video to help out the channel and the YouTube algorithm. But let's go ahead and jump over here to the dividend yield. So if you'll see up here, it tells you the current dividend yield, so 3.48%. The higher the better, guys, which basically tells you the best time that you should have bought this company and you would have gotten the best return. So as you'll see that 2017 to 2018, it was roughly trading around 3% to 4%. And right here in 2020, when we had the big market crash, you'll see that it went all the way to 8.83%. Imagine buying it at that point. You would be getting an amazing return, guys, right now. Amazing payout. And then right here at October 30th of 2020, they went back up. So Chevron probably went down in price, and it's been moving up in price, so that is why the dividend yield has been going down. But these would have been pretty great entries the past 2 years. So yeah guys, that is the dividend yield for Chevron. Let me know which company you guys want to see in the next week. I typically try to upload these on Thursdays. But yeah, I will see you guys in the comment section. Take care, stay safe out there. Bye guys.